So as you guys know, my buddy Gabe, also known as the Black Jesus of trucks, you guys look way down there, you know, that 8-door that's gonna be the world's biggest truck. Yeah. Anyways, so I'm over at Gabe's today and he decided that he was going to leave for a little bit and he left me here unsupervised. Well, that means we go shopping. And I was like, I'm unsupervised. My third gen needs tires and I guarantee you he has a set. So we're gonna go shop, and by shop I mean load my bed and go far away. Okay, all the lights are already on. So, as you guys see, he tends to just buy things and they just get thrown to the side. But I'm pretty sure he's got a set of dually wheels inside of here, and if he does, they're mine. Hopefully they're a regular front wheel on them. They might be those. Actually, I think those are Ford stocks. Oh, here they are. He has Alcoas inside here that I need for my third gen. And the only downfall is it's a 14 wide front. So, that's not gonna work. We can scratch that idea. I found something. Game over. And they're in the corner, so he'll never notice them missing. 33s, 1350, 26, I think that might say, or 24. 33. Oh, game over. All right, cameraman. Slowly, quietly sneak these out of here. And I don't know how I got so lucky these have the corner, but Gabe, if you're watching this, we're just borrowing these. I just need to see if they'll fit my truck. Good thing I have a 12-foot flatbed to be able to fit 6 dually wheels on it. We need to hurry up though because probably back any minute, and we said dig out 6 33s. And now we need to find some 24s. Good morning, everybody. And last night we got new tires, obviously you guys seen, and we now have 33, 1350, 24s for my single cab, and I am not going any bigger than this tire size on it. Obviously, you know, I say I'm going to leave it stock, and I'm trying to leave it at stock, maybe like a minimum of upgrades. So we're going to get that one running and driving perfect, which it already is running amazing, but it needs some type of stuff to the front end done to it, like probably hubs, ball joints. All the steering wheel will do, a crossover steering setup on it. Obviously new tires because the tires on that truck are destroyed. So I'm thinking we get a forged wheel for those 24s that match these. Obviously I'm not gonna do a deep dish up front. I'm thinking about doing like a 24x9. I don't want to go up to a 24x12 up front. I am thinking about actually doing the traditional dually wheel on it for the first time. I know I've never done a regular dually wheel on the front of a dually. But let me know what you guys think, if we should do a wheel like this, or we can buy a cast black and milled wheel for the truck. I have a pretty good idea on what color I am going to paint the truck. I'm waiting on the powder coater to get back to me about powder coating that bed on the truck. I know that sounds crazy because I don't think anybody's ever powder coated a complete flatbed. I could be wrong, but I've never seen a 12-foot service body all powder coated to match the actual truck itself. Today, as you guys can see, I got my beautiful dually that everybody knows, and it hasn't really ran like the last 6 months besides starting it up once last week. We were missing stuff from powder coat on the front of it, and I now have all the powder coat stuff back. So what that means is I have to get the drag link off the truck that we put on it already because there's a dummy drag link on it just so it steers around the shop. It's not the nicest drag link. It's kind of covered in rust, but we have a new heavy duty bent drag link for it. We have the sway bar links. We have the rear drive shaft that got snapped out of it last year. The drive shaft flange, the custom sway bar drops that I built to hold that sway bar. We have the brackets for the axle that the sway bar link hooks up to. And then obviously the sway bar links are right there. I'm going to get the drops onto the frame first. I'm going to try to get all the front end stuff done today. And we have to get the drop box out of the big mega cab because that is going back into this truck. I also have that little flange right here for that. So we basically gotta take apart that truck today and try to get this truck put back together. The big mega cab, we will be undergoing some changes with that truck. And unfortunately, you know, that thing's just not mega cabbing and we want everything to work properly. So that truck, we have a little bit of stuff to figure out with it. I have a pretty good idea on the route I'm going to go with it. But for today, this is our plan to get this truck all done. And hopefully, by the end of this video, we'll be driving this thing again because it hasn't driven since me and Gabe broke the drive shaft out of it. Got the drag link on the truck, and it has been so long since this truck has had a drag link on it and it looks a lot better now that that rusty bar is out of the front of it. This thing really needs a bath though. Look how dirty this is. That's actually disgusting. Have like a show truck, monster truck, and it's been washed like twice. I mean, look at this. It's literally covered from the top to the bottom in dust. There's probably still water in the axles from the lake. Now I'm going to work on figuring out which bolts I need to bolt these brackets all onto the axle. So these things go right here somewhere, I believe. And then that's what holds on our sway bar link. So we're gonna find the bolts for these, get those all tightened up on the truck. And before you guys know it, we will be driving this truck once again. And I'm like super excited because I just wanna drive it around. We got the front sway bar pretty much all the way on the truck. I have to get that link hooked up to it, but obviously the big mega cab is broken, so that means we put our gloves on. We grab this monstrous drop box that needs polished and figure out how to get it up into this cradle mount because I want to drive this truck and the drive shaft is back. The U-joints are here for the drive shaft. So I'm going to grab this. You guys are going to watch me struggle to get it up inside this frame because this thing's like 300 pounds. I might need the camera guy, but I might not need the camera guy actually. If I can just get it up, you know, would be better off in life. Holy shit. It's been so long since this thing has had a drop box inside of it. I kind of forgot what it looks like to have one in it. This truck needs like a serious bath. So I think E-Bolt Media said he's gonna wash it off. But you know, the shop has so many water spots. Maybe we'll just drive to Infinite tomorrow. Follow me in the third gen. Probably with the trailer, so then when we get pulled over, we have a way to haul it home. But I'm so excited to see this thing drive again. The batteries are stone dead. I'm gonna drive it to dinner. I'm gonna drive it to go get ice cream later. It's supposed to be 70 degrees out today, so that's cool. And yeah, you guys haven't seen this truck on the channel in about 6 months because I broke it with the drive shaft. We're also missing a drive shaft bolt too. You'll get one of those? Alrighty. But yeah, I'm going to get this drop box tightened up, put the U-joint in the new drive shaft, while Ethan decides what he's gonna do to it. So about 6 months later, we have my beautiful, beloved second gen dually back in action. And we haven't drove it yet, but I mean, everything should be fine. The last time I drove it, I did snap the drive shaft out of it, and that was last year. So it's only gotten pushed around the shop for the past 6 months. Buck over here, you guys check it out. We have the front sway bar on the truck, polished links obviously. Drive link is all on it, so the front end is now complete 100%. If we come over here, I still have to find a way to hang up this brake line. That way it's nice and tight because, yeah, that shouldn't be like that. Front drive shaft is in, so you guys can keep the comments to yourselves that say that's got a Bluetooth front drive shaft, because it doesn't. It actually has a functioning, working drive shaft inside of it. And it has disconnects at the axle for the four-wheel drive. Rear drive shaft is in. Obviously I snapped that one out, so I had to have it rebuilt, replaced. I had to buy new yokes for it, new U-joints, the whole nine. Come back here. As you guys can see, I got a hitch on it now. And what that means is I can now tow whatever I want. So I'm gonna get a little ball that comes straight out of here, hook up the gooseneck to it. I got my tow rig back in action, but obviously it's the second gen and the batteries are always dead. So we put the red third gen onto this truck with jumper cables. Hopefully it starts. It's probably still gonna be stone dead, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Surprisingly, it started right up. a very exciting moment for me because I haven't driven this truck at all this year, and the last time I drove the truck, it was about the same weather out. So basically this truck didn't get driven one time throughout the cold weather. Granted, bro, it's about to run out of gas. I was headed to the gas station. Hopefully we don't run out. Granted, it did sit outside inside the snow all winter long, but it never got salt on it. The snow is not going to hurt it, right? As long as your vehicle doesn't get salt on it, it can't rust. Unless water causes rust. Yeah. We gotta go to the gas station and fill this thing up because obviously it's running out of gas. Or something else is broken by luck. But I'm like so excited to have this thing back on the road. This is honestly my first time ever filling this truck up. It's never been filled. We're at 45 bucks now. What do you guys think it's gonna take to fill it up? Drop a comment below. $3.59 a gallon, I'm thinking like 110. But my luck, it probably has gas in it, so let's see when it shuts off. I spoke too soon. It's filled up. So it must have already had like a half of the tank in it. I don't drive the truck much. I don't think I've ever filled it up. Maybe once. I took it on a 6-hour road trip one time. I did fill this truck up once. But it hasn't been filled ever since. That means it gets very good gas mileage. Well, it was like a 2-hour road trip, but it took me 6 hours because I was driving this. So, alright, well, let's go drive it around. Hopefully, cross our fingers, we don't get pulled over. Well, today was a successful day with the big truck because I got to drive it for the first time in the last 6 months. I have a few plans for the truck. I have to get the headlights fixed because those are leaking from sitting outside all winter. When I first finished this truck, I took a concrete cleaner on the end of the power washer to the front bumper and kind of blew off the paint. So this whole bumper needs to be repainted up front. I think it is scratched right here from hitting Gabe's big truck. And then, I don't know what that came from. I probably threw something at it. If we come around to the back, I have to get a couple minor rock chips filled on the bed itself. And yeah, it really just needs all repainted because these tires absolutely annihilate the paint. And we drive down a gravel driveway with this truck every time we drive it, so it's kind of hard to keep rock chips out of it. I mean, look at this, guys. There's literally a rock sitting inside the back of the tire right now. If we look back here, this needs repainted as well because this was actually on the trailer with Gabe's big truck. His big truck decided that it wanted to roll into it, so it hit the back of this bumper, but it's not that big of a deal. The truck is 100% rust-free. There is no dents that I know of on the truck that need to be filled when we repaint it, besides one on the rocker, which is from a rock, obviously. I guess it's called a rocker because rocks hit it. So yeah, we have a lot of plans with this truck now that it is back on the road. I want to get a couple more polished accents on it. I want to make an overlay for the hitch that's polished, and then do some type of custom overlay on this front steering box would be pretty cool. But it's like very weird seeing this truck with the sway bar on the front end. It looks a lot different. Now it kind of looks like a transformer up front instead of just having the drag link and the tie rod and the panhard bar on the front. Since this truck is running, that means we can now take this truck to shows, take it to events, go have fun with it. Maybe take it to like an off-road park I've been thinking about, because this would be pretty cool, like in the sand dunes or something. And then I have an old Tahoe that was my little brother's before I surprised him with his second-gen Cummins that we might turn into like a Badlands toy. Badlands is an off-road park about 2 hours south of us. I have been considering taking that truck too. So drop a comment if you guys want to see this truck at an off-road park. I think it'd be a very fun video to make. My luck, I'd probably break it again or throw the drive shaft back out of it. It's just a drive shaft at the end of the day. I know that truck didn't move for so long, but I knew if I fixed the truck over the winter, I would drive it in the snow. And I really didn't want to go through the headache of repowder coating everything. Now that we've drove that truck, we have a few minor things I want to do to this. We have to do a fuel filter on it. We have to change the oil. I just put new wiper blades on it. Obviously, I had to fill up the washer fluid because, you know, this thing has like this thing on the top of it where it says washer fluid low. I cannot deal with lights. But one thing we are going to do is the CCV on these trucks come out of the top of the valve cover down, routes into the turbo, and it's just no good. So I got a CCV reroute kit from SPE Lab. Essentially what the CCV reroute is it basically caps off your intake at the turbo, and then it reroutes it to where it just comes up into the atmosphere. So basically you have this little elbow, the filter, and then a plug for the turbo side. We just got the old stuff off, and this kit is very simple to install, and then it gets rid of, you know, obviously the fumes and stuff from your engine going back into your intake. So literally all you have to do is take the hose clamps that are supplied, slide it on just like that, take a screwdriver, tighten up your hose clamp again, and pretty much, yeah, just like that, you're ready to rip. Cap off the intake with it, and then tighten the clamp. You're pretty much done right after that. I have one more thing I am going to throw on this though while I'm already on this side of the motor, because obviously you can see this big old bracket right here from the factory EGR system that does not need to be on there. As you guys can see right here, this is the factory bracket that comes on these motors. It holds 2 of your lines on the side of the manifold on top of the turbo. And SPE actually has this bracket when you get the delete kit for these motors that goes on right into the stock location right here, and it bolts right back into where you took off the factory one, which is very convenient because who wants to drill and tap a hole into their motor? I know I don't. I would probably blow the motor up if I did that. Which in my opinion, it works a lot better because who wants this ugly bracket laying on the motor? That's no fun. So as you guys seen, we are going to be going some changes to the 3rd gen, and I'm like super excited to get this truck done because having like a reliable tow rig is definitely needed here. So new brakes, all that stuff going on it, and then obviously the big truck is outside, now covered in dirt because we went off-roading with it, and off-roading I mean the driveway just destroyed it. So with that being said though, that is going to end today's video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell your dog, your cat, your stepsister that I uploaded. I'll see you guys in the next one.